Learn to swim, butterfly style. Hi friends, Linda here from my fancy homestead. We are gonna do some hedge clearing today. I know that there's a damson plum in there, but there's a lot of blackberry like brambles everywhere and they are spreading everywhere. I want to clear it out so that I can path through. You see this little gap here, so I could get through that behind the tree. I have an idea that where I'm standing now I want kind of like a fruit forest situation going on, but for that I need to take the brambles out for now. They are very spiky, very invasive. I have loads of room there, if you can see, where to put like berry bushes and rhubarb and things like that. And on the opposite side as well here, it's just all bramble. I like blackberries, but these ones are very spiky. I have a variety that doesn't have spikes. I keep thinking, what if I release it in the wild and like have a couple of arches here into the entrances with the blackberries without spikes? You know, it's the good things. There's some ivy here as well. I really like ivy. It's very good for wildlife. It provides berries at the moment for the birds, and it provides nectar for the pollinators. It's so cold. I have stolen marks today because what's different, right? Linda steals clothes all of the time. This is a very warm hoodie. I need it. It's -4 outside today. My feet are becoming numb because we're standing here and chatting. We were talking about ivy. Berries, flowers, amazing for wildlife, except that it is eating a damson plum at the moment in there. There is a damson plum in there as well. There's like 6 damson plums in a row. I won't probably leave like 2 or 3. That would be probably plenty. I have a couple of mirabelle plums that I started from the seed, which probably will not come through to the parent plum, but because mirabelle is kind of wild plum, hopefully it's gonna be pretty. One of them has red leaves, which is amazing. I want to pop them where some of the damsons are so that they can grow. I have 2 apple trees that need not apple tree didn't survive. I have a pear and a cherry tree, the dwarf one on M25 rootstock, and they shouldn't be too high, but they need to go in the ground when the ground unfreezes, because at the moment it's frozen. And I can't plant the trees in the frozen one, but within like 3 or 4 weeks it should be ready to go. But I want these brambles off. So we are gonna do this every weekend for a little bit. Get all of the canes off and all of the ivy off. I will leave. I can't see anything. Ugh. You see, that's the hedge in there. In there there's a hedge. I will leave the ivy in there and I'll try to weave it in so it gives me more privacy, because ivy is evergreen. It will be evergreen forever. Literally there is a road, and it's a very busy road and it's a very loud road. I will weave probably some kind of a wattle fence situation plus ivy on top of that, and hopefully over time it will just make homogeneous, that's the word, homogeneous mass in there, which is not going to be too wide. Let's start going at it. Okay, who's ready for time lapse? Me, because it means I can move around and I'm not gonna freeze bits off, because I feel like my extremities are gonna fall off soon. I was trying to trim these in the summer, but the stems were just too big for my little trimmer thingy, and the brambles, as you know, are spreading so fast. They spread with runners and they spread with, oh, I'm just gonna drop myself down to the ground and then root again in that space. So they spread above the ground, below the ground. It's really hard to get rid of them. But now that I have cut them back, hopefully I can just come with the trimmer and all of the growth that will be here is going to be new shoots, which are going to be easy to just, for the trimmer to just take down.
Yeah, I have those wire trimmers, you know, like the one that cuts with the wire instead of the blade, because the blade ones literally scare me. You could take your foot off with that one, and it feels very, very dangerous. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about this new space and what I can do with it all and how I can manage it during the summer. Just thinking, just thinking about all of the potentialities. I need to start to make a plan where I'm gonna plant everything and how it's all gonna look. Excited, so excited.
No way I can do that without this one. This is the best purchase I have ever done. Seriously, my hands are so happy about it. Has anyone told you this kind of pulling job is very, very, very hard? I have taken my hoodie off because I'm literally boiling. Did I tell you that I was cold? No, no, I am not cold anymore. I am so hot. Oh, it's up and down and up and down. Though my toes are still cold. It's a strange feeling, sweating and being freezing at the same time. Let's pull the rest of these out. I have made a little bit of a dent. I can kind of see the trunk. It looks like someone has actually coppiced and tried to destroy these damson plums, but they have regrown from the roots, so they have coppiced themselves, and this one has kind of merged in. But in the same time, there's blackthorn growing there as well, and yeah. So damson plum, if I understand correctly, it does not have thorns. Blackthorn does have thorns. Both of them produce plum-like fruits. Damsons are bigger and sweeter. Yeah. So it is what it is. We're gonna say. Just had um, a bramble go just straight through the glove. There's a little neck in the glove. These are the gloves, and straight into my finger. And oh my goodness me. Does it hurt? It went straight in, like very deep. I have pulled it out, but we're gonna get there. Halfway gone, right? It used to be there. Oh, the yeah, like that, like that. Learn to swim, butterfly style. Welcome to my random brain. I am so sorry.
How long do you think it takes for brambles to take over this much of a garden? I would say about a year, maybe year and a half, because when we came to see this house last spring, well, last summer, it was all trimmed back, so someone had come in with a bush cutter and just destroyed everything and went all the way back to the hedge. But since then, I think that this is all newish. I have no idea. But I know that the brambles grow really, really fast and take over really, really quickly over the spaces that they're allowed to go.
We are having issues. You can see the sun's going down, it's getting a lot colder. That's one of the things. I don't care about that. What I care about is this bit here. Someone's put fencing in here, and like old fence posts with the wire still attached. And it's not like the wire that we pulled out from the other place, you know, the nice coiled things. No, what I see here now that I didn't see in the summer because we had brambles galore here. Bear with me. Ah. So we had so many brambles here, I couldn't see anything. There's two kinds of fencing. There's chicken fence, and then there's the normal hedge fence, which I think goes through the hedge and then it's being pulled here out, and it's just rolled up, and now all of the brambles and oh my goodness me, it's all grown through it all. This mound here, I don't know if you can see it, it's actually just chicken wire with the ivy on top and then the brambles through it. Yay! Yay for me, this is gonna be so much fun. And then we have the post here. I wanted to have a path here behind this tree. I am not sure about this damson plum either. There's so many cars going past all the time. I don't know if you can hear it. If you can, I apologize. With this damson, I am not sure about it either. The top part doesn't have any thorns, like the canopy, but on the bottom where like side branches are coming out of the stem, that is the top part, they have thorns. Is that normal for damsons? Let me know, please. Is it even a damson, or is it just a blackthorn? And should I just, chop it all off and then graft a damson on it, or just plant a damson plum here on its own? You know, just dig it out and then deal with it that way. I wouldn't have like established tree, but then last year they didn't produce any fruits either. While everyone else had like amazing plum year, and I was here going like, that looks like a damson, that looks like a damson, that looks like a damson, and all I got was like a handful of plums. I don't know why. Sorry about the cars. It is getting dark, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just finish clearing this off, the ivy off of this stem and this tree, so that I can show at least something to myself that I have done something. And then next time I come out, I need to bring calipers so I can start cutting the wires up and pull them out, because there is no way I'm gonna be able to pull anything here.
This tree has seriously been so butchered by someone. I think it has been like someone's tried to kill it at least 2 times that I can see, because of the cuts and the age of the cuts and how much it has tried to grow over it. So on this side, on the bottom of the screen, if you can see, there is a vertical cut into the tree roots. So it's literally taken a square chunk out of the bottom of the tree. I don't know if it will be able to actually heal that. It might be too bad to survive. And on this side, we have 2 trunks that have been cut about, 30-40 centimeters from the ground, and they have completely rotted. They are moving, and I could potentially pull them out eventually. So these were the originals. Then it grew back from the roots. Then it was square chopped, and then it's grown from that square chop again. So this is a mortal tree.
I think I have done really well. We have pulled out this tree slash blackthorn slash damson. I have no idea what it is. Is it like a holly? You know, where holly has sharp leaves on the bottom and then smooth leaves on the top where grazers can't get to it. And the same with this. I have no idea. I can see my breath. You could probably see my breath too as I'm talking. It is like -4. I have created a massive pile of rubbish that I need to deal with, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this fence thing here. But I need to do it fast because I have trees that need to go into the ground. There's a saying, the best time to plant the trees is now or 7 years ago. Yeah, so I want to put mine in ground this winter. As soon as the soil comes up a little bit fluffier and not so frozen, we are gonna be smashing those trees in. If I decide to make this a video, goodbye. If I'm gonna link like 2-3 days together, maybe we're gonna finish this bit here. That would be awesome as well, right? Yeah. See ya!
Of course, I couldn't stop myself, and I had to just do one more little thing. You know how you do it at the end of the day? You think that you have finished your work, and then you decide, what if I push myself a little bit more? You can definitely see the fence panel here, and the fence post is just down somewhere there. And then we have, of course, blackthorn growing through it all. Of course.
I have already started working on it a little bit, but today we are gonna get to the lime tree. I think there used to be a shed there. I looked at the plans on old Google Maps and that's where a shed was. And I think that's a massive fire pit there. I will need to deal with that as well. We have loads of ivy in here, loads of blackthorn and lots of other plants, mostly brambles. And that's why I got myself proper gloves. These are leather. Hopefully they can stop the thorns because these are the brambliest brambles I have ever brambled in here. Okay. Let's put an audiobook on and let's start taking this out. All of it. I want to get to the tree. Quite a few of my friends suggested that I should burn the brambles, but it is so wet here. It's been raining for 2 weeks non-stop, and tomorrow it's gonna be raining for another week from tomorrow. So today we have only one day where it's reasonably, well, it's not raining, but it's not very sunny either. It's like overcast. I don't think anything will burn. Everything is so saturated with moisture and it's like all soggy. I am really lucky that the garden is a little bit raised above the fields and the road, because that means that all of the water, it's not very soggy here, which is lovely. It all runs off. It's not going to be great in a drought, because then it's still going to run off, right? This is going to be the driest bit, and that will be, the field will be wetter than here. You give some and you take some, right? Yeah.
In hindsight, I probably should have started with chopping the top branches off, because I had to be super careful of not poking my eyes out with the brambles, and I was leaning underneath them every single time, which is counterproductive when you're trying to get to the roots. I find this kind of work very calming, especially with putting an audiobook on and listening to some podcasts or anything. Do you ever do that? Do you put podcast on and go into the garden and do stuff, or do some cleaning in the car, or in a house or in a car? No, I don't know. What do you prefer to listen? At the latest, I have started listening to creepypasta horror stories slash I'm working in a diner and there's strange rules to follow kind of stories, and they're very entertaining. They're very easy to listen, not much to think about, and they don't have many ads. I love it because each time I put a book on or a story on, I start working, and then suddenly when the story finishes, I look how much I have done, and it is quite a lot. And suddenly you go like, oh, I have done all of this in this span of time, and I didn't even kind of pay attention to it. It was just like automatical. And of course we found more blackthorn in the brambles. Why wouldn't there be more blackthorn in the brambles? And most of the brambles basically are dead. They're just dead stems. I was actually reading a book yesterday about pruning, and one of the things that it was saying was that you need to prune the brambles. As I was saying before I interrupted myself so impolitely with cutting blackthorn with little chainsaw, was that you need to prune the brambles slash blackberries, and that they are basically producing on the first year canes, well, second year canes. First year they grow, second year they produce, and the third year they're completely useless and die back. So you need to cut the older ones out, as far as I understand. So what we have here mostly are the older ones that have just died themselves. Maybe they're like 4 or 5 years old. Who knows? And as you can see here, we have another lovely fence. This is gonna be fun. I am super happy that it started to be sunny. It was a really nice day. Lovely in comparison to the constant rain for forever. Seriously, it's been the wettest winter in the UK that I have ever seen. Usually it stops, not now.
I've been working for 3 hours now, and I think we have done quite a lot. There was this massive pile here as well, opposite this. Yes, good. The last thing I need to do is deal with this massive tree here. I think it was part of the hedge. There's the other part which is dead completely, and it has died and fallen down at some point. This corner is very windy, yet down there, and there's no wind at all. At all, zero wind. Do I pull the tree out today? I kind of want to finish the strip. Yeah. No way I can pull that tree out. I need Mark with me. It's too heavy for one person. What else I have found here, just here underneath all of that, like brambles, there is a mound, as if, you know when badgers dig mounds? It looks like that. If there is a badger in there, then yeah, he's probably sleeping at this point, and we shouldn't worry him too much. I could take a peek in the summer, but what do I do if I have a badger living in my garden? Do I leave it like wild? The last thing I had in mind for this strip was taking down these small blackthorns. I don't even know if they're blackthorns, they are something. This massive lime tree basically comes all the way down to the ground. I can't see myself because the sun is literally in my eyes. I'm so sorry. The tree comes down all the way to the ground, except for this little piece where this little tree is trying to grow. So it's trying to shade it out. I want to create a natural arch that goes in underneath the lime tree during the summer, because it is the most amazing shade ever during the heat wave. Seriously, it's so lovely and cool and shady in there. I spent a good couple of hours just standing there. What could I do if there was a little arch, like natural arch, and then I put a chair in there or something? I need to be fast because there seem to be buds coming up on the lime tree already, so it is starting to grow. So we're just gonna chop these all down here. I am so sorry, little ones, but they are volunteers and they shouldn't grow here, and then we are gonna be good for today. I'm done. I have cleared this tree, well, the little trees that were growing in here, and there should be like a natural arch. You can't really see it yet, but there is a vision in my brain and I remember it from last year. So we are at the moment underneath the tree. During the winter it's very bright in here. During the summer, I'll show you, it's gonna be pitch black. It's like a tent. It's lovely, amazing. I seriously do not know what to do with all of this here. There's that mound just over there. Might need to leave this until next year. I have no idea what to do with it. It's just bizarre. I might need to just observe for another year. We've done so much though. Look how good that looks. It's all straight, like all the way down there. Awesome. It doesn't really help that all here and all across the side and into the garden as well, there is a sheep fence and a chicken wire fence, and they all tumbled in, and then all of the brambles and everything has grown through them, so I can't even trim anything down because there's wire in everything, like interwoven inside of it all. Ugh. So we have wire here going all the way down here and some fence posts as well, and then it goes all the way through the hedge, and oh my, I can't see, I can't see, I can't turn around, I can't turn around, I can't look in the sun. And then when we come here, there's a wire here as well, all the way down to here. I found some records in the attic that the previous owner was holding rabbits or trying to grow rabbits. Do you think that this could have been the rabbit pen where there were some records stating that some of the rabbits had escaped? I think the person was growing white meat rabbits. Yeah, down there. I need your advice, friends. Do I remove the metal fence that's interwoven in here and slowly collapsing because there's no support for it or anything, or do I leave it where it is and eventually hope that it will fade away into obscurity? If you could give me your advice, I would be beyond appreciative. That is all of that pile that we have pulled out from this strip thus far, not counting the potential badger area. I have seen a badger on a camera. We have a camera outside to look in the courtyard. He was running around. So there is a badger. How do I entice him to stay if I start working around this area and do stuff around? How? What? How? Help. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today and being part of this one sunny day in 3 weeks. Bye friends, see you next time.